Good evening. We will be starting in about 10 minutes. The Saranac Lake Fire and Police and ladies of the Women's Civic Chamber are monitoring the aisles. If you have any questions, please speak to one of them. Turn off your cell phones and keep clear of the aisles and stairways, please. Please view the exit doors to the right and left of the stage. Also, exit doors to the rear of the auditorium, leading to an exit door on the right side of the hallway area. Tonight we are holding a 50-50 raffle, and the benefit of the raffle tonight will go to our fire department. Please raise your hand if you haven't had a chance to purchase a ticket, and one of our members will be happy to help you with that. And in about 5 minutes we will have our drawing. So if you haven't had a chance to buy a ticket, please raise your hand. Thank you. Okay, everyone, it's time to draw the winning ticket for the 50-50 raffle. Melinda, you want to come up and draw it for us? Come on up. Ooh, how much is it? Okay. The winner will receive $443. And the other half goes to the... And $443 will be donated to the fire department. Woohoo! God, we should drop two. Next time. Okay. The winning number is 710878. 878. Can't see anybody out there? See anybody? Come and get it.
Corey, I don't see who we're looking for here.
To the fire department?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much. Woo. Thank you. On behalf of the fire department, thank you. Good evening. My name is Kelly Morgan Dupree, and I am the president of the Saranac Lake Women's Civic Chamber. Woo! Yay, Women's Civic! I will be your mistress of ceremony tonight. For those of you who don't know, we are an organization that has been active for over 60 years. We promote community and civic improvements with an emphasis on youth projects. At this time, I ask everyone to stand for the presentation of our state and national flags by the Saranac Lake Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you, gentlemen. Please stand, please remain standing. This is something, a couple of things. First of all, please remain standing and have a moment of silence to honor our men and women serving in our armed forces. And now we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And stay standing, please. I now welcome members of the Adirondack Singers who will join us and lead us in the national anthem. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I should have done that. Okay, I apologize. Thank you. And they would like us all to join in with them. you. Thanks.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Boy, I really Okay. I'm proud to welcome each and every one of you to the opening of the 2019 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. Our festivities always begin with a prayer, and I would like to introduce Reverend Joanne White of the First Presbyterian Church of Saranac Lake, who will lead us in the invocation.
Grace to you and peace, my prehistoric friends. Let us pray. Almighty God, we call you by many names, yet you are one. You have blessed us with winter in abundance. Snow blankets our mountains. The lakes are locked in ice. Your cold takes our breath away. As your wintry people, we layer up and we venture forth to play amid the beauty of your good creation. We ask your blessing upon our carnival. Strengthen our arms for frying pan tossing. Grant us the spirit of healthy competition and good sportsmanship for skiing and snowshoeing, curling, skating, and Arctic golfing. Make our meals tasty with delectable chocolate and savory barbecue and fiery chili. Inspire our parade with wild creativity, fun floats, and funky dance moves. Fill your prehistoric park with neighborliness and goodwill. May all our velociraptors be gentle. May our T-Rexes live in harmony. May our pterodactyls be terrific. As the temperature drops, may our spirits rise, and may our toes be as warm as our hearts. And all God's people say, Amen.
Thank you, Reverend White. I'd like to ask Mayor Clyde Rabideau to read the official proclamation.
Untie this. But on the way here this evening, I went past probably one of the most magnificent ice palaces I've ever seen here. Great job, IPW. Great job. The mayor's proclamation, whereas the village of Saranac Lake has held a winter carnival as a diversion during the winter months for 122 years. And whereas, that's pretty good to get applause in the middle of this. This is good. The Winter Carnival Committee invites the residents and guests to celebrate with games, parties, skating, skiing, dancing, dinners, worship, and concerts. They also invite you to view the symbol of our carnival, the Ice Palace. Now be it resolved that I, Clyde Rabideau, Mayor of the Village of Saranac Lake, do hereby declare that the time between February 1st and February 10th as the official 122nd Winter Carnival. Let everything throughout the area be enjoyed by one and all. And now, let the festivities begin.
Thank you, Clyde. Okay. And now we'd like to introduce our Grand Marshal, Melinda Little. Would you come on up, please? We'd like to give you a key to the city. Here you go. Women's Civic. Thank you, Melinda. Have a great time. And a little something out of the ordinary, we would like to have a quick procession of our past kings and queens. They're going to come down the aisle and come up on the stage and give you a big wave. Come on down, folks. Woohoo! get off there. Okay. Okay, now we move on to the 2019 royalty. It's time for me to introduce to you our Chamberlain, Kathy McHugh. Born and raised in Canton, New York, Kathy is the middle of 7 children, which may or may not explain some things. Every summer from the age of 4 through college, she was lucky enough to spend the entire summer on Upper Saranac Lake at a camp her parents managed. After graduating from Colgate University, Kathy lived and worked in Denver for 5 years, where she enjoyed the sun and mountains and continued to play ice hockey but missed home. She moved back east in 1986 to work and raise a family of 4 Adirondack-born native sons, Brennan, Ryan, Casey, and Patrick. Kathy coached youth soccer and hockey, loved to volunteer, especially at Lake Clear Elementary and in her son's classrooms, and secretly yearns to one day be a children's book author. She's got the fodder. You may see Kathy out walking, paddling, snowshoeing, skiing, hiking, antiquing, golfing. She wrote down poorly, I can attest to that. And collecting.
Kelly, it's collecting.
Collecting. Okay. Kathy's a collector. Kathy thanks the Saranac Lake High School students for this opportunity to pad her resume with a public speaking gig, sends a special hug to Emily Doyle on behalf of Casey for the Pond Hockey Tournament, and wishes everyone a joyful winter carnival.
Welcome to Winter Carnival. Thank you, Kelly. And thank you to the Women's Civic Chamber, who do so many generous things for this community, including sponsoring tonight's coronation. I'm pretty sure that my selection as Chamberlain here tonight may have been a fluke. And it went something like this. It's late November on a Sunday afternoon, and the high school students have just finished practicing their big dance number. Katie Fisher, as the court advisor, says to them, look, it's getting a bit late, and you need to choose a Chamberlain and an Archbishop, so start thinking of some names. So someone in the group says, what's the theme again? And someone answers, prehistoric park. Then, hey, Mrs. McHugh is as old as a dinosaur. In my defense, someone says, that's a bit harsh, don't you think? Maybe not a dinosaur, but she is old as dirt. Then they all agree, well, yeah, definitely old as dirt. She's an antique. But you know, she reads the announcements sometimes on the PA, so she can handle the reading part. Let's ask her. So that's how it happened. Those are the qualifications that find me here tonight before you. Old as dirt, and I can read. In all seriousness, I do want to thank these students for selecting me. I'm truly honored. They're a special group of friends, and I'm happy to have gotten to know them over the past 3.5 years. Tonight, I will be doing a lot of reading as the job description requires. And as I happily introduce the entire Winter Carnival family court to you, but before we get started, I confess that I'm a bit nervous up here. I did get some advice from people on how to relax a bit, things like be yourself, which made me think like, well, okay, I got that one. Okay. And then the old, imagine everyone in their underwear. So right now I'm picturing you all in your undies, which isn't really working for me because it's long underwear. And somehow long underwear doesn't make you more uncomfortable than me right now. Unless, of course, your long underwear ensemble includes a robe like this one. I also promised all the little people in my life that I would remember them when I make it big. So please, all you little people out there, don't be shy. That helped me get here. Please stand, take a bow, little clap. Let's hear it. Come on, little people. And one last thing, and this part was inspired in part by Josh Dan, whose monologue from his year as Chamberlain. So here I am with my job as Chamberlain, and it is not the chamber pot or the chambermaid, it's the Chamberlain. The top 10 things I love about Winter Carnival. Subtitle, how to try to explain Winter Carnival to anyone who is not from here. One, snow and ice are actually celebrated, not cursed. Literally minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's a pond hockey tournament scheduled. No problem. How about building a palace out of huge blocks of ice cut by hand and harvested from the lake and constructed by volunteers? Hell yeah, we got this. Two, it's a time when frying pans are thrown on purpose and not in anger. The further the better. Three, you will want to dance even if you are a sworn non-dancer. While standing in the cold watching the parade, you have to dance to stay alive. To keep the blood flowing to your feet, to have feelings in your fingers. No matter what your skill level is or isn't, everyone is encouraged to dance and absolutely no one laughs at you. It's a beautiful thing, really. Four, synchronized performances to music with a lawn chair and sometimes a lawn mower are a real thing, honestly. Google it. Five, in one single celebration, we have fireworks, a gala parade, athletic competitions in the snow and on the ice, royalty, torches, races, brooms, inner tubes, dances, music, performances, lawn chairs, marching bands, floats, food, an ice palace, a slideshow on the side of said ice palace, and more fireworks. And 99% of this is outdoors. Six, men, some of those that you just saw on stage, dressed as women, is a tradition that is alive and well in the Saranac Lake, and it's celebrated on this very stage next Friday night. Seven, where else in a single celebration can you race on skis, race on skates, race on snowshoes, race on running shoes, and race on an inner tube? Eight, it's the one time of year to forget your shape. I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite. The more layers you have on, the better. You cannot put on too many clothes. Go to your closet, put on all your coats, all your pants, all the scarves, all the hats. The rounder you are, the better. Between the opening ceremony, the ice palace, the parade, the ski races, and the torchlight ceremony, and the broom ball, and the slideshow, and the fireworks, and everything in between, you'll be glad you did. Number 9, little known factoid, and I don't actually have proof of this, but word on the street is that bagpipers don't wear anything underneath their kilts. Just saying. And finally, and we all know, people can be a little touchy about this one, it's a palace, not a castle. Get it right. All right, it's time to get this party started. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. By order of the Women's Civic Chamber and the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Committee, I, Kathy McHugh, Chamberlain for the Coronation of the 2019 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival, invite all subjects, guests, and visitors to celebrate this coronation of royalty. The Winter Carnival Committee further proclaims that the events of the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival be for the enjoyment and pleasure of all. Now, let the royal subjects go forth from this coronation to tell of the competitive events, the colors of the kiddie parade, the gracefulness of the skiers, the splendor of the grand parade, the beautiful carnival symbol, the ice palace, and to tell again and again of the excitement and wonderment seen in the eyes of all as they watch each event unfold before them, with the grand finale being the storming of the ice palace. Let the spirit of this, the oldest winter carnival in the eastern United States, swell from the mountaintops of this Adirondack community. By order of the Winter Carnival Committee, let the carnival begin. It is now my pleasure to present the 2019 Winter Carnival Court. Couple number 1, Riley Mae Fisher and Terrence Sullivan Fogarty Jr. Riley is the daughter of Douglas and Kathleen Fisher and the youngest sibling to former court members Dustin and Macy. Riley is a 4-year, 3-season athlete and captain playing soccer, lacrosse, and alpine ski racing alongside her partner Sully. Riley's extracurricular activities include membership in National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Green Storm, Secretary of Key Club, and the Vice President of Student Council. Riley's passions include teaching others, from ski lessons to local kids at Mount Pisgah, to mission trips in Cambodia to teach the English language. She will be attending the University of Denver in the fall of 2019. Riley is grateful to be a member of this year's court alongside a great group of individuals and wishes all a happy Winter Carnival. Sully is the son of Jamie and Terrence Fogarty and the brother of former Winter Carnival court member Aurelie. He is the older brother to Peter, Andrew, and Paul. Sully plays soccer in the fall, alpine skis with his partner Riley in the winter, and plays lacrosse in the spring. In the summer, he enjoys competitive water skiing and working at Mountain Mist. Sully plans on attending college this fall. Sully was a page in 2010 and is honored to be a part of the royal family again. Sully would like to wish everyone a happy carnival. Couple number 2, Mistra Abebe Newton and Stephen Matthew Bierce. Mistra began her life in Saranac Lake after being adopted along with her brother Abraham from Ethiopia at the age of 6. She's a 3-season athlete as well as a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, Key Club, French Club, Green Storm, and secretary of her class. She would like to thank all the people who have helped her through her school years, especially her parents, Phil Newton and Diane Furtado, as well as her sisters Abby and Lizzie, who have always been there for her. Mistra is currently enrolled in the New Vision Health Program and plans on attending college to go into the medical field. One of her favorite memories is being a page in 2010 and dancing on this stage. Mistra is very honored to yet again be a part of Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Court. Stephen is the son of Kyle Beers and Kimberly Wilkes and is a brother to former Winter Carnival Court member Ty Marmion, as well as siblings Savannah Marmion, Lucas Bierce, and Dana Bierce. Stephen is proud to have been a part of the Saranac Lake Red Storm soccer team for 6 years. Some of his hobbies include snowboarding, biking, swimming, and spending time with friends and family. Stephen is honored to be on the 2019 Winter Carnival Court and would like to thank his friends and family for their generosity and support. Couple number 3, Julia Paul Chapin and Brooks Andrew Fletcher. Julia is the daughter of Bill and Amy, sister to Jay. Julia enjoys school and is currently in the New Vision Health Program. She is involved in many extracurricular activities, including co-president of the National Honor Society, treasurer and co-editor of the Canaris Yearbook, and is a member of Student Council and French Club. Julia also participates in year-round athletics. She plays soccer and lacrosse for the Red Storm and has been a captain of both varsity teams. In the winter, she is a competitive figure skater and a volunteer junior coach. She plans to attend college in the fall and study science or medicine. Julia was a page in 3rd grade and is honored and excited to be a part of the Winter Carnival Court once again. Brooks is the son of Susan Starr and Jeffrey Fletcher and is the older brother of Claire Fletcher. Brooks is a 4-year, 3-season athlete for the Red Storm, playing soccer, basketball, and track. Brooks has volunteered at Adirondack Medical Center, working in the emergency room and the dietary department. He's active in the community by coaching with the Saranac Lake Youth Soccer Association. Brooks is enrolled in the New Vision Health Program and plans to go to college and work in the medical field in the future. Brooks is honored to represent his school and community on this year's Winter Carnival Court. Couple number 4, Danielle Elizabeth Gagne and Heaton Allen McCormick. Danielle is the daughter of Richard and Joy Gagne and sibling to Brandon, Kenneth, and Bethany. Danielle is the president of her class and of Student Council. She's also involved in Key Club, National Honor Society, and Select Women's Ensemble. Danielle is the co-captain of the volleyball team and a member of the softball team. After high school, Danielle will be going to college with the goal of becoming a nurse practitioner. Danielle is thankful for her friends and family for helping her to get where she is today and to have been named a member of the 2019 Winter Carnival Court. Heaton is the son of Bernard and Tammy McCormick. He has 4 siblings, Brandon, Jessica, Vashti, and Kaylee. Heaton enjoys playing hockey and spending time with friends. He lives on his family's farm, and he also works for many members of the Saranac Lake community. Heaton is always there to lend a helping hand to members of our community. Heaton would like to thank his family and friends for helping him become who he is today, and is honored to be in the 2019 Winter Carnival Court. Couple number 5, Adina Sakunjanen and Bruno Antonelli Freeman. Adina is the daughter of Jamal and Sedifa Sakunjanen, younger brother to Zihad and older sister to Rihad. Adina has participated in soccer, indoor and outdoor track and field throughout her high school career. She's the treasurer of Student Council, secretary of the Spanish Club, and a member of Key Club, a National Honor Society. Adina is taking part in the New Vision Health program and plans to attend college to pursue a career as a nurse. Adina is highly honored to be a part of this year's court and hopes everyone has an amazing carnival. Bruno is the son of Keith Freeman and Laura Antonelli. He is proud to represent his school this year as a member of the Winter Carnival Court. In addition to playing on the ice hockey and lacrosse teams, Bruno participates in student government, is a member of National Honor Society, and is president of his school's technology club. His interests include computer programming, mathematics, Dungeons and Dragons, ultimate frisbee, and paddling with his dog, Rascal. Bruno would like to thank his parents for encouraging him to challenge himself in all aspects of life and wishes everyone a happy carnival. Couple number 6 and court spokespeople, Margaret Madeline Carpenter and Quinlan Gardner Peer. Maggie is the daughter of James and Laura Carpenter and the younger sister to Charlie. She is vice president of her class and is a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, Spanish Club, and Key Club. She is a 3-sport athlete playing soccer, basketball, and softball. For fun, Maggie enjoys hiking the 46ers as well as drawing and painting. After high school, she plans on attending college where she'll be studying physics and art. Maggie is honored to be elected by her peers to be a member of the court and is looking forward to a fun winter carnival. Quinn is the son of Bill and Linda Peer and brother to Phoebe and Chloe. Quinn is a member of the YAC committee for Section 7. The committee partnered with the Special Olympics to bring a unified basketball program to many schools, including Saranac Lake. He has always enjoyed the many events of Winter Carnival, especially the snowshoe races and gala parade. Quinlan is planning on attending college and pursuing a career in journalism. Couple number 7, and attendants to the King and Queen, Madison Page Reardon and Owen Gerald Yando. Madison is the daughter of Michelle and Casey Reardon. She holds office in both the Outdoor Club and Spanish Club. In the fall, she enjoys playing soccer and playing softball in the spring. After high school, she plans on attending college and majoring in special education. Madison is very honored to have been selected for Winter Carnival Court this year and would like to thank her grandparents, Dan and Mary Reardon, for their continued support and love in everything she does. Owen is the son of Brett and Debbie Yando, brother to Brady and Caitlin. While in high school, Owen has been involved in many extracurricular activities, including soccer, indoor soccer, the Plattsburgh Football Club, indoor track, and outdoor track and field. He volunteered to be a carnival character for several years and is excited and honored to be part of the court this year. His future plans include attending college with the aspiration of becoming a teacher after being inspired by the many teachers and mentors he's had in the past. He has enjoyed his high school career in Saranac Lake and the many memories he has made here. Owen would like to thank everyone for this opportunity and wishes everyone a happy carnival. It's time to introduce to you our prince and princess. Our 2019 princess is Kennedy Howell. Kennedy is a student at Paul Smith College and lives in Saranac Lake. She's a graduate of Cuyahoga Heights High School in Ohio. She's the daughter of Donald Howell and Landa Meriwether. Kennedy has participated as a peer mentor for 2 years and as a tutor and a peer leader. She is a member of the DECA Club and a co-captain of the cheer team. She will graduate from Paul Smith in 2019 with a Bachelor of Professional Studies 4-year degree in Baking Arts and Service Management, as well as an Associate of Applied Science 2-year degree in Hotel Restaurant Management and a minor in Small Business. Her future plans are to own a bakery. Our 2019 Prince is Christian Murgia. Christian is a native of California and is a student at North Country Community College. Christian is the son of Christian Murray Sr. and Jennifer Carpenter. He has a brother named Quentin and a sister named Emily and her husband Brian. Christian's family moved to Saranac Lake in 2012 after his mother watched a TV show about Saranac Lake and thought it would be a great place to raise a family. He's been active in the Truth Initiative to Stop Tobacco and an assistant with the Lake Placid Center for the Arts with the Children's Theater and has volunteered with the local arts programs. He also participates in the Student Government Association for North Country Community College. Christian enjoys climbing ice slides, going to the beach, surfing, skiing, horseback riding, acting, singing, and trying new things. While representing Manhattan Beach, he won a lifeguard relay race. Future plans include becoming an ocean lifeguard. It's time for me to introduce to you our Archbishop, Mike Navarra. Originally from Williamstown, New Jersey and Deltona, Florida, Michael Navarra has spent nearly half of his life in the Tri-Lakes. After graduating from Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida with a degree in organizational communication, in 1998, he and his future wife, Carla Bowman of Lake Placid, moved back to the area. They married in 2001 and started their family in 2006. Their son, Marcus Navarra, is currently a student in the Saranac Lake Middle School. Michael has held a number of positions ranging from insurance sales to carpentry. He has coached volleyball at the junior varsity, and collegiate level. He currently works in construction and coaches the Red Storm JV and varsity volleyball teams. The varsity team's back-to-back sectional championships, 2017 and 18, attest to Michael's commitment to the success of his great group of student athletes. Michael has served as a volunteer for the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival, Snowflake Volleyball Competition, helped with Ironman Lake Placid, marathons in the region, and village cleanup. Additionally, Michael has successfully operated the Dreadhead Soccer Camp, which has provided hundreds of local and international students with the opportunity to play, compete, and hone their soccer skills in a safe environment for 20 years. One of Michael's favorite events is to participate in Winter Carnival. Michael has not only participated in the parade, he's helped construct several floats over the years. He feels the celebration is as unique as the town it is held in. He is honored to be asked to participate as the Archbishop in this year's Winter Carnival celebration. I would like now to introduce our royal pages. Page couple number 1, Chloe Wright and Cole Strack. Chloe is the daughter of Joseph and Megan, and she has 2 brothers, Jacob and Liam. She loves to paint and bake. Her favorite color is purple. When Chloe grows up, she wants to be a baking teacher. Cole is the son of Tony and Kristen and younger brother to Elliot. Cole loves all animals, especially his cat, Kaya. He enjoys reading, video games, soccer, baseball, and eating. Cole attends Petrova Elementary School and dreams of becoming a video game tester. At this time, I would like to introduce our 2018 Winter Carnival Queen, Nancy LaBombard and King Clyde Baker. Page couple number 2, Lindsay Reardon and Finn Maori. Lindsay Marie Reardon, daughter of Casey and Carrie, has 6 siblings. Lindy loves sports, especially softball, soccer, hockey, and skiing. She also loves to read. Lindsay is honored to be chosen as a page this year, and as an extra bonus, she gets to share it with her sister Madison, who is on the court. Finn Maori is the son of Dan and Mandy Maori, and he has 3 siblings, Ruby, Owen, and Olive, along with his sweet dog named Theo. His perfect day includes sports like baseball and soccer, playing Legos and Beyblades with his friends, and eating a big plate of lasagna. Finn is becoming a great hip-hop dancer and loves to make people laugh. He is so excited and proud to be a page at Winter Carnival. Page couple number 3, Ella Knapp and Hunter Cook. Ella Winslow Knapp is the daughter of Sarah and Andrew and sister to Delaney. She attends Bloomingdale Elementary School. She loves her pup Gemma, her teacher, her school, and her friends. Ella's hobbies are skiing, skating, and doing anything with her best friend Pepper. She loves to sew, draw, and do math. Ella wants to be a vet. Hunter is son to Amy Ma and Scott Cook, the younger brother to Ella and Isaac. Hunter is a red belt at the Northeast Taekwondo downtown and is currently learning how to snowboard at Mount Pisgah. In the winter, he loves to go ice fishing with his dad, and in the summer, he loves to go out on the boat with his family and go swimming in Grandma's pool. Hunter is honored to be a part of the 2019 Winter Carnival Court. I would love the families of these court members to please stand and be recognized for your family and your kids. Thank you. There's some discomfort, yeah. It's our beautiful Winter Carnival royal family. Since the first Winter Carnival over 100 years ago, there's always been a king and a queen. At one time, beginning in 1947 through 1952, local high school students were elected by their peers. Then in the 50s and 60s, the king and queen were celebrities such as Paul Harvey and Judy Carn. Since 1971, local persons have been honored by the community to serve as the royalty. Nominations are submitted in writing, must be signed, and include a resume of their community service. A committee of past kings and queens select the new king and queen. Members of the royal court are selected from our high school. The prince and princess are selected from 2 local colleges, North Country Community College and Paul Smith College. The royal pages are chosen from names provided by the 3rd grade teachers in the Saranac Lake School District, St. Bernard School, and Northern Lights. These names are placed in a hat, and the first 3 names of boys and girls are drawn and named as royal pages. The first local king and queen were Norma Allen and Chuck Pandolf. Since that time, many members of our community have been honored to serve as Winter Carnival royalty. A list of these citizens may be found in your program book. And now, will our 2018 King Clyde and Queen Nancy rise to receive our gratitude for a wonderful reign?
Hi, happy Carnival. My family and I moved here in September of 1986. We knew absolutely no one, and I must admit I was somewhat apprehensive about it. My only visit to Saranac Lake was as a high school teen to participate in all-county band. I left wondering, why would anyone want to live here? It didn't, it didn't take long to figure out how wrong I was. At that time, my daughter Sarah was 5, and my son Michael almost 2, giving me the perfect way to meet people and become involved. Their activities became my activities, and my community volunteering began. Where else do you see people pull together like they do here to give of themselves for the sake of their community, even when it's well below zero? Just look at our ice palace. The spirit of volunteerism in this community is awesome. I am so incredibly proud and honored, sorry, you knew it, to have been chosen as Winter Carnival Queen. Who would have thought all those years ago that this would happen to me. Little Nancy Varon from Beekmantown became queen, and I couldn't have asked for a better king than Clyde Baker. I knew immediately when we danced across the stage at Coronation last year. We tried to attend as many events as possible, and it was great to see so many of you embracing Carnival. I also want to acknowledge Princess Victoria, Prince Daniel, Archbishop Christine, Chamberlain Drew, the high school court, and our pages. What a wonderful royal family. To those of you that submitted letters nominating me to be queen, especially my wonderful husband Richard, our self-proclaimed court jester, he was so willing to be my chauffeur and attend every event with me. And thanks to all of you for making this community of Saranac Lake the great place it is. I am so proud that my family and I call this area home. Happy Carnival.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2019 Coronation. As befits Winter Carnival, it's a beautiful, cold winter night, and there's no other group of people I'd rather spend my time with than the fellow Saranac Lakers. We are a unique group of people. As I wrote this speech, I realized that because it takes a special kind of person to not only endure, but embrace and celebrate the winners we have here. I honestly think the winter is one of the main reasons that we form such strong bonds of the community in this area. That's why I'm so grateful to be born and raised here. And then to be able to raise my own family as well here has been a dream come true. I love this place, and I love the people of this place. To have been chosen as Winter Carnival King last year was one of the greatest compliments and honors I could have been given. I just want to take a few minutes to acknowledge some people who made this experience as 2018 Winter Carnival King extra special. I must start with my queen and partner in crime, Nancy. Nancy was probably the #1 reason we as a court were able to get to all the events we made it to. She was also the one who was most responsible for us becoming a group of people who would remain lifelong friends. From ultimate frisbee to curling, she kept us going. I also want to thank the other members of the court, Princess Victoria, Prince Daniel, Chamberlain Drew, Archbishop Christine, the high school court, and the royal pages. It was a privilege to experience the carnival with you. I would further like to send out my huge thank you to those who nominated me for this honor. Finally, I would like to thank my wife. She and the dogs were always there to greet me when I came home from a Winter Carnival event. And of course, I want to thank my son, Sam, for being Sam. Again, thank you for this incredible gift. I know it'll be one of the highlights of my life. I wish you all a wonderful 2019 Winter Carnival.
Way to go, people. Way to go. Yeah. By decree of the royal subjects, we will now recognize the 2 citizens selected to reign as king and queen at the 2019 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. Will Royal Page Chloe please bring the envelope to Queen Nancy? And will Royal Page Cole please bring the envelope to King Clyde? Now is the moment we have all been waiting for.
And I got to go first. Our 2019 Winter Carnival Queen was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and grew up in Delaware. In 1971, she received her bachelor's degree in elementary education from the University of Delaware. She moved to Saranac Lake in 1976 for a teaching position, and in 1985 received her master's degree in education from SUNY Plattsburgh. She volunteered for the 1980 Winter Olympics with Ironman, as well as snowshoe races and cross-country ski races for the Relay for Life. She was one of the original board members of the Getaway Youth Center, was also an original board member for planning the community lunchbox, has been a board member for the creative healing centers for women with cancer. She has been a member of the Harrietstown Zoning Board of Appeals, a member of the Kiwanis of Potsdam, St. Bernard's Parish Council, St. Bernard's Folk Group, St. Bernard's Youth Ministry, and St. Bernard's Eucharistic Minister. She has taught high school confirmation classes and has been a member of the staff of the Camp Guggenheim. She is a past president of the Beta Mu chapter of Kappa Gamma Society International. Upon moving to Saranac Lake to teach at St. Bernard's in 1976, she then worked at Petrova Elementary, was principal at St. Agnes, and taught 20 years in Lake Placid Elementary School, having retired in 2014. She is the youngest child to the late John and Elizabeth Hickey. Has been very proud to have two sisters, Patricia and Bet, and a brother, John. Our 2019 Winter Carnival Queen is Roseanne Hickey.
Our 2019 Winter Carnival King is an odd duck, and a unique one, since in addition to being a lifelong resident, he is also a fourth generation. In the course of his 50-year career as a cook in the good old days, he worked two classic town dining establishments. One was the Dewdrop Inn, where while on duty, he saw pranksters changing the Hotel Saranac signs to read Hot Sarah. Another was Tyson's, where he cooked from midnight to 8 a.m. and saw sights and heard conversations that would have made a lesser man faint. He has been a member of the Benevolent Protector of Elks for 30 years and holding the rank of leading knight. He is also a member of historic Saranac Lake. He's an artist who painted the famous bobsled mural on the wall of Chuck's Bar, and he's a cartoonist as well. For years, he drew a comic strip for the Adirondack Daily Enterprise and the Lake Placid News, featuring his quirky, adorable local Mountain Owl. In 1980, Mountain Owl was featured on a t-shirt with the wording, "Welcome to Saranac Lake, official Olympic parking lot." The shirts were so popular that the Olympic Committee sent him a cease and desist order, which he promptly obeyed as soon as the last t-shirt was sold. A self-taught computer whiz, he built and maintained a website featuring all things Saranac Lake. In addition to demonstrating his skills, probably the premier local historian, it has been a source of memorabilia, reminiscences, oddball anecdotes, eulogies, and a way for townies long gone from town to stay in touch with their past as well as with each other. Our king was married to the late Pauline M. Gardner Griffin. He has two daughters, Carrie and Kelly, who are so incredibly proud of their dad and all of his accomplishments. He also has two grandchildren, Christopher and Carly Grace. He enjoys bringing his grandchildren on adventures throughout the Adirondacks and bestows upon them his great stories and memories of the good old days gone by. Our 2019 Winter Carnival King is Philip Bunk Griffin.
congratulate them and then get to your own seat.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. So I'll hold these. Why don't you go, you can go greet them, come back and do it.
Okay. You can tell us
It doesn't say anything to them.
Okay.
Oops. I'm sorry to say, but the reign of King Clyde and Queen Nancy is over, but let's congratulate our new 2019 royalty. Let the coronation begin. Mike, are you mic'd?
I'm mic'd.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
Mic'd.
Mike, I have a confession.
What's that?
You're up. You're
I am mic'd up. How's everybody doing? This is our time.
Will Paige Finn please bring forth the crown for the princess?
Thank you. Please help me welcome Princess Kennedy for the 2019 Winter Carnival Princess. I put it tilted a little.
Will Paige Lindsay please bring forth the crown for the prince?
Thank you. Please help me welcome Mr. Manhattan Beach, Prince Christian for the 2019 Winter Carnival Prince.
Will Paige Hunter please bring forth the queen's crown?
Oh, that's heavy. Everyone, please welcome the Queen for 2019 Winter Carnival, Roseanne Hickey.
Will Paige Ella please bring forth the king's crown?
Thank you. Mr. Griffin. Everyone, please let's welcome King of the 2019 Winter Carnival, Mr. Philip Griffin.
Not a bad looking pair, you know, right? And now I would like to turn the program back to Kelly Dupree of the Women's Civic Chamber.
At this time, we'd like to bring up Jeff Branch, Chairman of the Winter Carnival Committee.
Well, welcome and thank you all for coming. Welcome to our 122nd thereabouts Winter Carnival. Seems like just yesterday we started, huh, Ron? Where are you? Before I get going with the awards, I just want to do a few thank yous and take care of a little business. First of all, and I'd like to thank the Women's Civic Chamber, Kelly, and everybody who's involved in setting up Coronation. These guys are tremendous. Not only do they take care of Coronation, they bring down coffee and hot chocolate and snacks to the Ice Palace workers every morning around 10:30. That, and they do a lot of incredible things around and for the community. So let's hear it for the Women's Civic Chamber. A couple other groups I want to recognize, and I stand up here. I have one of the best jobs in the world as chairman of the Winter Carnival Committee because I have such a great committee to work with. They really do most of the work. I just kind of sit there and do what I'm told. So how many members of the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Committee are here? Could you all stand up, please, and just be recognized? It's a small handful of people that did a tremendous job, so thanks very much for everything you do. And then, of course, my brothers and sisters of the IPW. I know there's some of you here, but most of you are probably at a safety meeting somewhere. Thank you, guys. We have a tremendous palace this year, some great carvings. We had a really good year to build. Perfect ice, perfect weather, a perfect building spot. And I mean, Billy Madden was so happy he actually jumped in the lake this year. So it was a great year. So thank you, guys. So there are some others that I would like to recognize. Luck Brothers for the use of their crane to build the Ice Palace. Hulberts for the use of their Bobcat. Sturdy Supply, Mark Weller for keeping everything in working order and everything else you do for the Ice Palace. It's truly appreciated. Hyde Fuel for keeping our tanks full. Paul Smith's College for the log loader that lifts the blocks of ice up onto the wall. Garrett, Lee, Tom, and John for bringing tractors and other equipment down to the Ice Palace site for us to use. We thank our many sponsors, and I really encourage everybody to take some time and go onto our website or Facebook page and check out our sponsors, because believe it or not, Winter Carnival is quite expensive, and we do not depend on anything other than sponsorships, donations, and fundraisers. So it's important that you go out and support our sponsors so they can continue to support us. I'd like to thank Lakeview Deli. Every noon, Lakeview Deli buys the Ice Palace workers a hot bowl of soup and a roll to keep us going for the day. The Downhill Grill, every day after the build, they provide us with snacks while we're going over the day's activities at every safety meeting. I'd like to thank the town of Harrietstown, the town of North Elba, the DEC for getting the Pontiac Bay ready in time for us. I'd like to thank the Village of Saranac Lake, the Saranac Lake Police Department, the Fire Department, and the DPW. You guys really, for everything you do for Winter Carnival, it really can't be done without you guys. And who else do I have? I'd like to thank all the other outside agencies that come in, especially on Parade Day, for keeping us safe and making Carnival and Parade Day a success. So a big hand of applause for all you folks. Thank you. Now for the real reason I'm up here, I've got a few awards I'd like to hand out. The first is a Katie Morgan Faubert Service Award. This award is given to a business or organization that has gone above and beyond helping out Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. This year's recipient is a group of dedicated and committed individuals who will and do show up at a moment's notice to help out anywhere they can, whether it be crowd control or traffic control, in freezing and many times sub-zero temperatures for hours on end, helping to do what needs to be done. It is my honor to present this year's Katie Morgan Service Award, Katie Morgan Faubert Service Award, sorry Katie, to our own first responders, the Saranac Lake Volunteer Fire Department. Accepting on behalf of the department are Chief Brendan Keel, First Assistant Chief Tim Donaldson, and Second Assistant Chief Andy McGill. You guys could come on up. Thanks. The Don Dussel Award. The recipient of this award is chosen by Dean Baker, the chairman of the Ice Palace. I think Dean's been down there for 30 plus years working on the Ice Palace, keeping us all in order. The recipient of the Don Dussel Award is selected by Dean Baker in recognition of his or her outstanding contributions to the Ice Palace over the years. This year's recipient was trained by the namesake of this award, Don Dussel. He shows up first thing every morning with the ice saw in tow, not missing a day, and cuts the ice in preparation for that day's build. It is an honor and a privilege to give this year's Don Dussel Award to Garrett Foster. Okay, and last but not least, the Trudeau Award. The Trudeau Award is given to someone who exemplifies true carnival spirit and is chosen by past recipients of the Trudeau Award. This year's recipient is truly a behind-the-scene character. She brings smiles and joy to all those that encounter her. There have been many people who make our carnival a fabulous event to attend, and this lady is certainly no exception. After 21 years of making you smile, it's time for us to see her smile. This year's Trudeau Award goes to Debbie Miner. In closing, I'd just like to thank everybody for attending. Thank you all for making Carnival a success, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my wife, who allows me to do all this stuff and puts up with all my shenanigans. Thank you very much. I love you, honey.
Thank you, Jeff. And Kathy, back to you.
Kelly, those are some nice photo opportunities. Did you see that?
We should have jumped in.
We should have. We should
Let's
have.
start bombing.
Okay.
Okay.
And now, the Royal Pages have been rehearsing a song and a dance, and they're ready to show you.
Well, pick me up with golden hand. Oh, me say, oh, me tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody Well, I would like to hold my little hand. I will run with, I will cry with. I would like to hold my little hand. I will run with, I will cry. Send me my way, send me my way, send me my way, send me on my way, send me my way, send me my way,
All that hard work paid off. Nice job. I'd like to introduce music director Mr. Keith Kogut and the Saranac Lake High School Jazz Ensemble for a bit of entertainment. Thank you, Mr. Koga and the Saranac Lake High School Jazz Ensemble. A long-standing tradition of Winter Carnival and the Coronation celebration.
Excuse me, Kathy.
Yes, Mike? Why are you interrupting me? Mike?
Something's going out on the crowd. Something's going on.
I'm sorry. It's time for the court to do their dance.
Well, Kathy, I was talking to Katie Fisher, the court advisor, and she said that in honor of this year's theme, Prehistoric Park, the court adopted 2 pet dinosaurs. And I guess here they are. Katie also said they named the dinosaurs Dino and Barney, and from what I hear, they are a handful.
Dino and Barney, we're trying to get a dance done here. Seriously. They're your pets, people. You better take care of them. Please excuse the interruption. Again, a big thank you to Mr. Kogut and his students. And now let's get to the court's original song and dance number. You'll see now why this part has been so popular throughout the years.
Boom, boom, aka like a boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom, boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom, boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom, boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom. Boom, boom, aka like a boom, boom. It was a night like this, more than a million years ago. I lit my favorite torch, picked up my buckets, got to go. I heard the sound of drums, don't know where they were from. The river was started a buzz, and now I'm having fun. Everybody want a dinosaur, you can do the dinosaur. Put your back into it, do the dinosaur.
That was flawless. Nice job, people. Lots of work. Maggie and Quinn, it's your turn.
Hello. Good evening. It is my pleasure, along with my partner Quinn Pierre, as spokespeople for the Winter Carnival Court, to welcome everyone to the 2019 Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Coronation. We are thrilled to be a part of the Winter Carnival celebration and would like a round of applause for the Women's Civic Chamber, who has done so much to host a special evening for the community.
There are so many people to thank for allowing us to be part of this wonderful event. First, we'd like to thank our high school faculty and classmates for selecting us as their representatives this year. We appreciate that Mrs. Kathy McHugh and Mr. Mike Navarra agreed to be our Chamberlain and Archbishop. Thank you also to our parents and families, as well as our advisor, Katie Fisher, who has worked around our busy schedules for the past several months.
Many individuals and businesses have helped us with our fundraising this year. We particularly want to recognize Jerry Cavallo and his staff at the Belvedere Restaurant and all of community members who bought tickets for our 50-50 raffle. Our thanks also goes out to Sherry Knapp for making our festive and fun Carnival Court hats. We further wish to thank Sylvia Secundinen, our seamstress, T.F. Finnegans, Lizzie Nordstrom, Alexa Clark, and Elizabeth Francisco for helping us feel so glamorous tonight.
Believe it or not, for many of us up here, this is our first time dancing on stage. We'd like to thank Jeremiah St. Louis for allowing us to practice at S-Love Health Club. And we'd also like to give a very special thank you to our choreographer, Janine Amides, of who has generously given us many hours of her time. We couldn't have done it without her. Janine, will you please come up and receive a small token of our gratitude? You got it? Thank you.
On behalf of each court member, we would like to thank all of the wonderful volunteers who make Winter Carnival happen. We will always remember our week celebrating the prehistoric parks in Saranac Lake. Happy 2019 Winter Carnival, everyone.
And one last time, I happily turn the mic back to Kelly Dupree of the Women's Civic Chamber. Take it away, Kel.
Thanks, Kath. Congratulations, 2019 Winter Carnival. Bunky and Roseanne, I'm so happy for both of you. And at this time, we'd like to say a few thank yous to everyone. First, we'd like to present a certificate of thanks to our Chamberlain, Kathy McHugh. To Archbishop Mike Navarra. To Princess Kennedy and Prince Christian. We would like to present the court with certificates of appreciation. And this is Carol Riel and Susan Rudzanek passing these out for us. Carol had most of these kids in school, so she knows who they are. Here, see, just like you're in school again. They grew up on you, Carol. Okay. Next. Excuse me. Ready for the pages? Oh, one for Keith. Okay. You ready for the next? Okay, and now we would like to present certificates to the pages. We also have hats for each page donated by Sherry Knapp. We appreciate all the hard work Sherry does each year for our pages. Thank you, Sherry. I would also like to thank the members of the Women's Civic Chamber for their hard work organizing Coronation, and we give them a hand. Thank you. We would also like to thank the town of Harrietstown, Jenny Rush and John Wheeler, Emily up on the lights, Brendan Keogh and the Fortune Keogh Funeral Home, yeah. The Winter Carnival Committee, the Saranac Lake Fire Department and Fire Police, Saranac Lake Village Police, Keith Kogut and the Saranac Lake Jazz Ensemble. Woohoo. The Adirondack Singers, Carol Riel and Sadie Posdich, Katie Fisher, Janine and Holland Meads, Jim Minnie of On-Site Computer Services, our sound man, Adirondack Bank. We hope all participants, citizens, and guests have enjoyed their time with us and will remember this coronation and our carnival with fondness and joy, because that's what Carnival is all about. Please stay seated as the royal family recesses down the center aisle, around the outside, and returns to the stage. You may then take this opportunity to take pictures. After the picture taking, the royal family will receive their subjects at a reception in their honor at the Elks Club, Elks Lodge across from Stewart's, and everyone is invited. And we thank you so much for coming. Enjoy Winter Carnival. Okay.
Thank you.